We are told that money makes the world go around. But truth in this statement I have not found. Because if this were the case and something we embraced, then why has the earth not stopped in its place? Take us all as one big human race, and you'll find that 97% of people are still on a paper chase, whilst the other 3%, they're just setting the pace. See, if I speak about a race, you might think of a man named Bolt. Imagine, him being a legend is something that some people take with a pinch of salt. Let's look at his life. You might idolize, but it's not the money that should cause us to focus our eyes, no. Because when a man can run 9.58, then come to the trackside interview and still manage to be late, it shows. He can do things in his own time. Then you turn around and ask, but why is it he can act in this way? Yet if I'm late for work, I might not have a job the next day. Well, the answer to that is actually in your control. Because in life, you determine your position and role. It's just that autonomy of ourselves is one thing that the government stole when millions of adults ticked a box on that poll. But let's not sit and have a go at the system we're trapped in, because with determination and a vision, this system could be collapsing. In the end, we have people that just about live for tomorrow, whilst those who are in control, they have a long-term plan, so they lead and don't follow. And my next comparison might make me sound greedy and hollow. Some of you might even think I'm joking, like live at the Apollo. And if I'm honest, it might fill a few people with sorrow, but I think it's only fair to strive for if it's true when we say, YOLO. You ready? You work 8 hours to cover a bill, but I want to work 8 hours and make a meal. And at no point should I have to lie, cheat, steal, or kill. Simply just manage my time and my resources to let my empire build. Now see, that right there was an important life lesson, in the same way that everything should be in a constant state of growth and progression, because anything that isn't is actually dying. And you might not get it, but hold on a second, I'm not lying. And some of you might find it borderline horrifying, but so is the way people take their time and utilize it. A day of the bare minimum and you want the evening to relax. Or you get a long weekend and the whole time you just want to kick back. Now don't get me wrong, rest is important and that's a true known fact. But how can you rest if you ain't worked? I'm unsure about that. I mean, imagine if your organs decided one day just to chill and you tried to control them, but they had their own free will. You may not be able to picture it, but I'll break it down for you still. You're on the way to an interview for that dream job. You got to run for a bus, but your lungs say, that's long. Now you're standing on the road, struggling for air. And your lungs are just there saying, man don't care. Or you're sitting at the desk for final year exams and you're gassed because you know in revision you went ham. But your brain decides, I just feel to jam. And now your paper's empty like 91% of this country's land. One more. Sure. You're in a business meeting about to close a huge deal. You're already thinking about the celebratory meal. Venison, caviar, lobster, veal. And let's not even talk about the champs, because that'll defo get real. But your heart decides to take a break. Now in the boardroom, you're beginning to shake. Anyone would have thought there was an earthquake. So you can forget that deal, your pride, and that stake. See, now fortunately for us, our organs are quite supportive. Even when we sleep, they get ready to tackle a new day, and rarely do they ever complain of being exhausted. So why is it if they're willing to do that for us, when we're asked to do a little bit extra, we kick up a fuss? In fact, let's speak about extra. People pay extra just to look good. Spend £800 on trainers made by a man that don't rate you. Can't say I would. But yet you ask them to invest in a business that can buy back their time or spend money on self-education, and it's like you crossed the line. Then they wonder why they just live from month to month. And in their community, they gotta be wary of a brother that's passing them by. Now, I'm not a guru. I'm not saying that I am, because I got a long way to go before I can say I'm the man. But I know if I take time, effort, and energy working on my visions and plans, I'll take flight and have the choice of if and where I want to land. So I'm my own person, and I'll create my own lane. Same way my boy Owen's got people doing the James. Or the guy that went from clearing to being published by moving away from his squad. Now who could that be? Of course, Coyote Cod. And Princess Latifah, don't worry, we see you. She's empowering a generation of young black women to feel beautiful in their own skin. Listen to her, she will free you. Now there's many more that I could have named, but it'll always be the minority that changed the game. See, I chose to say change, but I could have said social reform. Connect with Revolution Hive and become part of this positive swarm. To everyone who likes, watches and shares this, I love you for sure. And still love to those people that choose to ignore. Because don't worry, I know trash TV is a daily chore and you don't want to listen to what's right, real and raw. But it's funny because in the 30 minutes that show excited you, I wrote these lyrics that I'm now reciting you. And I say that in no way for me to be spiting you. I just hope that in some way I may have enlightened you. So the moral of the story is, money can go under the knife. Because in life, time is the currency of life.